everybody onto the call. Guys, if you can put on your cameras, I want to see everybody onto the call. Hi, Nisa there. We can see you. And let's see you guys. Where are you guys connecting from? I see there's somebody, Nira. Welcome to the call, Nira. I see Pia. Is it Pia? I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. Connecting all the way from Sweden. Is it Sweden? Let me see. Yes. Let's see. There is Elena. Elena, is it in? Let me see. Let me try to guess. Is it in Cyprus? Let me see where Elena is. Yes, Elena is in Cyprus. You see Dr. Lucy, Harare, Rukia, Nairobi. Who else do we have here? June. June from Zimbabwe. I thought, let's see. Welcome, June, onto the call. Just want to appreciate everybody. And as we come to a close and come to an end, if you still have got some of your friends that you want to jump onto this call, I'm just telling you right now, get them to jump onto this call. We made it specially for this team, and we made it specially for Africa. And most of these things, it's nice to hear it yourself straight than to hear it by somebody else as well. And guys, I hope all of you, you've got your notebook ready, you've got your workbook ready, and you have printed, or you're using, if you're online, whatever you're doing, you can type it onto, and you've got something to follow using the goal sheet that at least we did send onto the group. If you haven't received it, or if you don't have it, let us know. We'll see how we can send it out to everybody as well onto the chat, so that we can everybody receive the document. Let me see if I can quickly post it onto the chat. If you don't have it right now, we just want you to have that. It's gonna prepare you. So I've sent it onto the chat as well. You can download it onto the chat if you haven't downloaded the document. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I'm not the one who's gonna be taking you through this session tonight. If you are ready, give me a thumbs up, give me a shout onto the chat box to say, hey guys, I'm ready, and I want you to be a student tonight. I'm already a student. I'm ready. I've got my notebook here. I've got everything ready. So you know what they say, the weakest ink is stronger than any strongest mind you can think of. So don't fool yourself and say you're gonna remember everything. You need something to write. Are you guys super ready? If you are super ready, give me a thumbs up, give me a yes, give me a 777, give me a 7, give me a 7, give me a 7. I can see Nisa, she's saying I'm ready. I can see Nira, she's saying I'm ready. And guys, I want to see you saying here, you are ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Yes, Martin is ready. June is ready. Everybody is ready. You guys are ready. I don't want to take any more time. So guys, I'm going to welcome my brother onto the call. I mean, this gentleman I truly respect. 100% of the time when I make a request to say, you know what, I need your help, I need your assistance, we need to do this for the market, he has always said yes to me. I don't remember him saying no to me, and he has always said yes. And I said, we need to start on a new note. We need to plan. I mean, we have gone through a lot. People have gone through so many challenges. Sometimes when you go through a lot, you might forget to do some of the basic things that at least you need to do. So sometimes you might need to take a reflection and say, hey, what is it that I did in 2022? And the other thing is, what is it that you did not do in 2022 that you were supposed to do? So I'm ready. I said, you know what, I'm gonna wait for this session and listen to Jesse take it through our Crown Royale. So for him to be able to share this, he has done everything for him to achieve the goal to hit the top rank. That means he knows what it takes for you to reach to that level. So one thing I just want you guys to do is let's listen, let's learn. Above all, let's implement. Let's not question what we have done, what we know, whatever. Come in fresh as a student and just learn, and let's go out to do it. Jesse, my brother, are you there on the call?
I am. Henry, what's going on, man? How are you? So
no, good, my brother. I mean, I'm so happy and excited. I mean, that at least you've been able to jump onto the call tonight. Well, I know it's about 12 p.m. on your side, but yes, almost 9 p.m. I know, guys, in Kenya, it's almost 10 p.m. And this is the power of being in an international business as well, and in a global business, different time zones. And I truly appreciate it. Sometimes I work.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here, and just so you know, the next time you ask me for something, I'm just going to say no immediately, just so you know. So that way, you know, you can be like, I mean, he's.
you have set a record, so you're not going to allow to.
I don't want to mess up my record here. So,
exactly. So now it's always an automatic yes. I wish I could have $1 million from you.
yeah, exactly. You obviously you're not asking for enough if you're always getting a yes. So, well, thank you guys so much for being here. It's beautiful seeing all your beautiful smiling faces. What's going on, Pia? What are you doing over here? This is for Africa. You're in Sweden, girl. Come on. So I'm just playing. So Nisa, hi, what's going on, Linda? So what's going on, guys? So if you can put your cameras on, I always love seeing your beautiful smiling faces. And also, you know, because, you know, that you guys see me. And so when I get to see you, it just makes more of a relationship. So what's up, Alina? So how are you? So I thank you guys for staying up late with me on this Thursday night. First of all, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. If there's another holiday that you are celebrating during the season, or whether or not you are just celebrating life and us being together, I'm grateful to be here with you guys. So I will be as quick as I can on this training, but I also do want to be thorough because I believe this is probably one of the most important topics that we can talk about here today. I did a training on the Team Synergy Tuesday night training where I went through this. So you're going to get a lot of repeat if you were on that training or listen to the replay of it. But it's also in the middle of the night for you guys. And I wanted to do something live with you guys. And Henry asked something more specific for the continent of Africa to make sure. And that was very important to me that you guys had a chance to be with me on this and even ask any questions, since we have a small enough group for us to do so, about this process. So the reason I'm going to talk about it as a process is because as we're heading into the new year is an area of time of kind of self-reflection. A lot of the times, you know, people they evaluate their year. A lot of times they evaluate their lives, and a lot of people attempt, and I'm going to use that in quotations on purpose, attempt goal setting. And this attempt at goal setting for a lot of people is what they call New Year's resolutions. I mean, you guys have probably heard this term, right? And we all know New Year's resolutions they're bullshit. Can we just say it? I mean, can we just be real for a quick second? Like, they're baloney. Like, we know they don't work. Like, just type in New Year's resolution statistical, you know, like how many people actually follow New Year's resolutions. Like, you know, the big ones a lot of people have is like, you know, lose weight, make money, whatever it is, right? People join the gym, you know, and like the first week of January, like if you go to the gym, you can't find a treadmill, right? But by mid-February, you could shoot a cannon through the whole place, you know, because there's nobody there anymore, right? It's like, couldn't make it 60 days, right? So, and, you know, part of the reason why is because, yeah, National Quitting Day, January 15th, that's cute. But it's true, right? So people, and I think everybody has the right intention though, right? They have the right intention of something that they want. They want something better. They want something more. They want this year. And you hear this, like, this year, this is my year. I'm going to own this year. But what happens is a lot of people don't have a plan and or a strategy to actually have that come to fruition. So I want to share with you a process that I went through, which is a goal planning process that I went through that I learned from different areas of my life as kind of a 3-step process towards not becoming just a goal setter, but a goal achiever. How many of you guys would like to be more of a goal achiever than a goal setter? By show of hands. Okay. So, and if you can't raise your hand and I can't see you, even if you're not on camera, raise your hand anyway. Or, give me a reaction of raising your hand, or type a 7 in the chat box. Let me know that you are in for being a goal achiever, not just a goal setter. But why is it that so many people have an issue with this, right? Here's what I come to find out, especially in our business or our profession, right? So let's take outside of network marketing, outside of secret, right? When people set their New Year's resolutions, like what do they want? They usually don't have a plan of action towards this thought. So most people don't do goal setting. They do what I call wish wanting or thought thinking, which is good. It's a good start, right? Thoughts are things, but without a plan of action, if you have a dream without a plan, you don't have a goal. You have a dream. Now, dreams are good. Dreams are important. We need them. We need them as a guiding light, as something we want to head towards, as a North Star for us. We need that. But a dream without a plan is delusional because it's not a goal. It's not a goal. And the reason why is hope is not a strategy. It's just not. Well, I hope I get there, right? So anytime somebody says, well, I hope it works out, how many of y'all know that's, what is the feeling you get when you hear that, right? It's not usually very confident, right? So what we want you to have is have an unreal amount of certainty when it comes towards you setting your goals. So now when I first heard about this 20 years ago, when I first started my network marketing journey and I started writing goals, they said, write your goals, right? And I was like, I want to be this rank. Because in network marketing and secret, we have something that is very significant that we put a lot of emphasis on, which is rank, right? And because it's something that's very measurable, it's pretty specific, and it's something that is a level of achievement and a level of significance. You also can earn more income. You can get more kind of status. You can be recognized on stage in public. So these are important things, right? So in terms of qualifying for a rank, I remember I wanted to hit this rank, right, in my first company, right? And hitting that first rank in this first company, I was like, I want to be this. And that was my goal. And then I would miss it that month. And then the next month I'd set the goal again. I was like, I want to be this rank, and I'd miss it. And I want to be this rank. And I reset the goal like every month of hitting that rank. And then what happened was, in the beginning, I was like, I'm going to hit this month, and then I would miss it. And then I'm going to hit this month, and I'm going to miss it. And I'm going to hit this month, I would miss it. But by about the 4th month, I was like, I'm going to hit this month. And then the 5th month, I was like, I'm going to hit this month. And by the 6th month, when someone says, what's your goal? And I was like, this is my goal. Even I didn't believe it when I said it. It was like, I'm going to be a platinum. And your brain's like, bullshit. Like, you don't even believe it anymore, right? So the question is how do we transition that? And so what a lot of people do is they become resigned and cynical about even setting a goal, because they're like, why set a goal? I don't want to be disappointed again, because I'm constantly disappointed with missing my goals. Now, I know none of you have ever been in a situation like this, I'm sure, right? So by show of hands, I won't even look. How many of you guys have ever felt like this at some point in your life, right? So I see you. Okay. Now, that may haven't been your experience. That just happened to be really my experience, right? So what we want to do here is look at goal setting a little bit differently than what most people do, is as a skill. Goal setting is a skill. Okay. Now, when you usually start learning a new skill, I'll give you an example. Learning a new language is learning a new skill. Learning a new sport is learning a new skill. Learning to cook, learning to ride a bike for the first time, learning to swim if you can't swim, learning to drive a car, learning to hit a golf ball. Learning anything that's a skill that you want to get good at. When you first start at it, are you generally very good or very bad at that skill? Bad. Now, If you are naturally good at certain things, good for you. It's like you're the exception, you're not the rule. For some people, they're like, oh yeah, I just set my first goal and I hit it, and every goal I've ever set, I hit every goal. It's no lie, you're lying, right? So if goal setting is a skill, okay, here's the question: can you get better? And the answer is yes. Most people, though, believe it's something they're either good at or they're bad at. Just like me saying, well, I don't speak French, therefore I'm either good at French or I'm bad at French. No, I could speak French if I wanted to, but I have to study it. I'd have to practice it. But usually to get good at something, you got to be bad at it for a while, right? So if you're going to be bad at something for a while, okay, one of the things that we want to do is this. I'm getting some beeps on here. What is that from? Is that from, am I on like Facebook somewhere and I'm getting messages? It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting a weird beeping. I don't know if that's Zoom or me. So this goal setting process, what I learned this from is I learned these steps from a few different categories. But one of the first things I did was I learned them from my first convention. So this is why you never want to miss an event. By the way, I know some of you guys, I can't wait for those of you guys that are going to be with us in Venice at Playbook with the unemployed millionaire, Mr. Matt Morris, as well as our CEO, Mr. Isaac Ben Shabbat, and I'm going to be there too. I think I'm worth coming for. So you know what I'm really excited about, guys, we are launching a brand new event system for Secret at Playbook in Italy and at Playbook in Georgia in February, which is going to be a community-driven event system. So you're going to want to get to platinum as fast as possible. This is really cool stuff, guys. But I'm super excited because I get to kind of get unleashed here, because for the most part, most of the people have seen me in Secret doing trainings that were very needed because somebody needed to be the product trainer, right? Somebody needed to be the nutrition trainer. But now I get to kind of like go into what is like my best stuff. And at Playbook, I'm going to be debuting some of my trainings that you've never seen at conventions that I haven't been able to do yet because I haven't been able to do them yet. So I'm super excited about Playbook. But going into this new year and going into your New Year's resolutions, before we go into the goal setting process, what we need to do is we need to open up the dream space. So one of my first conventions I went to, I got this task given to me from stage. I was just one of the people, the thousands of people at a convention, and I'm probably one of the few people who actually did it. And what I did, they asked me to do was make 100 dream list. Now this 100 dream list was you writing down everything that you've ever wanted to do, own, have, create, experience, between now and the next 40 years, 50 years, right? And this is not a goal list. This is completely different. It's a dream list. Now, this dream list is something where I want you to write down anything, and I don't want it to be realistic. Like I don't want you to throw the, well, I mean, that's a little excessive. I don't want any of that adultishness in here. I want you to be like a kid sitting on Santa's lap, and anything you ask Santa for will be delivered, right? Because you know how kids are like, I want a swimming pool, and you live in an apartment. You know what I mean? Like, but they're like, why? Of course I can have a swimming pool, right? So, like, I want to go to outer space. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to do? I want to go to Mars. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be Leonardo Messi, right? I want to win the World Cup, whatever it is, right? And they genuinely believe that. So I want you to get back into your childlike enthusiasm, right? Or as if I had a magic checkbook, and anything you ask me for, I could write a check for right now. It was unlimited checkbook, right? Or like you just grabbed the magical lamp and out popped Genie Mac. I'm so stupid. Like the things that come into my brain, I'm sorry. I apologize. You just have to bear with me on some of these things. So instead of Jesse Mac, it's Genie Mac. And I can literally make, that's going to be my new hashtag. making dreams come true. Genie Mac. Oh my God. I need sleep. But anything you can dream of, you can have. So I want you to do this. Now, I don't want you to just do this. I want you to send me. Okay, this is my email address, jessejmac@gmail.com. jessejmac, jessejmac@gmail.com. I put it in the chat box. I want you to email it to me, but I want to give you kind of a reference point. So I did this a long time ago, and then I started doing it again. So I'm trying to find my original one. It's been a minute since I've been able to find it, my original one, but I had one, a master dream list that I made that I redid, and I redid it after I got into Secret, and I did this in 2013. So this was 9 years ago. I redid my 100 dream list because I was training people on it, and I was like, well, I got to do it. I can't ask people to do something I'm not willing to do. So I redid my 100 dream list. Now, what's really exciting is that I'm going to do my 100 dream list with my wife, and I'm going to have it done before the end of the year. It's something I'm going to be doing this year. So, but I want to read you what I wrote 9 years ago. Okay, so I'm going to read it really fast. Are you guys ready? Now, if I say something that you really like, here's what your job is: steal it. It's okay. So if there's something that I wrote, so I wrote down, help Secret be the #1 direct selling company in the world, $1 million ring in Secret. So $1 million a month in Secret, top 100 on the MLM list in income earners, top 10 on the MLM list, create 100+ 6-figure earners in my team, create 1,000+ silver agents, personally recruit 1,000 agents, recruit the #1 income earner in Secret, pay for my brother's school of choice, donate over $1 million, visit every country in the world, visit the 7 wonders of the world, save someone's life, Tesla 85 Sport, a BMW, Sea-Doo, 50-foot yacht, 4 wave runners, a home theater, 20-foot screen, go to outer space, a watch collection, a suit collection, a fish tank wall in my house, a private jet, multi-million-dollar home, beach home on a tropical island, 2 dogs, 6-pack, cabin in the mountains, 4 4-wheelers, a skydiving license, motorcycle, every video console. I want to learn to salsa, read every day, meditate twice a day, weigh under 165 pounds, run in a marathon, learn to surf, own all the newest digital toys, owe no one any money. I want 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl, no more canker sores, no more stomach problems. Been dealing with that for a long time. So become an incredible leader, write a best-selling book, act in a big screen movie, swim with dolphins in the wild, be at my brother's important events, personal accountant, personal chef, personal masseuse, personal trainer, personal maid, personal assistant. I want to become friends with multimillionaires, create other millionaires, travel first class everywhere, become a master communication, see every show in Las Vegas, New York, London, become enlightened, all the newest computers, learn 3 languages, bungee jump, meet the president, learn to cook, become a better friend, walk in and around closet, learn to spell. That one's not going to happen. Learn to read faster, collect art from other countries, win the lottery, read autobiographies of major leaders, $1 million in the bank for playing, create the Macpherson Foundation, give 4 hugs a day, listen more, personal management system, trace my family roots, learn the piano, create a personal development program, speak at a TED conference, don't judge people, go on a safari, learn to fly, invent a product, own an IMAX theater, live to over 100, win the WSOP, which is the World Series of Poker Tournament. I told you it didn't need to be realistic. It's a dream list. It's a dream list. Don't judge. No judgment. All right. So become friends with Tony Robbins, be able to eat anywhere. And 100, I got stuck on 99 because I'm just like throwing random stuff out here. I don't even think it's something I want. I'm just literally lobbing it onto this list. Right. So then I thought, like, what would be totally out of this world? And I was like, meet an alien. And then I was like, well, what if they're not friendly? So I wrote down for number 100, meet a friendly alien. All right. Now, is that stupid? Yes. Is that crazy? Yes. Is that important? Like, yeah, like whatever, right? So here's the thing. This is not a goal list. This is a dream list. This is where we're getting your imagination fire. You're getting something going out there. Now, when I wrote down these things, most of them I thought, when I read it, originally, I was like, that's not realistic. That's too much. Like, I don't think, really. But I ended up doing it. Now, I believed more in this process because I did this originally in 2005. So 17 years ago or 18 years ago, whatever that was. And a lot of the stuff, I didn't even look at the list, but a lot of it ended up coming true over the next 5-10 years. So here's what's crazy. I wrote this list 9 years ago. Over 60% of this has come true. And a lot of it's come true in the last 2 years. So like, I can give it to you. $1 million ring. Yep. Wasn't even close to that. Top 100 in the MLM list. Yeah. Over 1,000 silver agents. Yeah. Recruit the #1 income earner. About to be. As soon as Mazaffer hits Crown Royale, he'll be #1 for sure. Because he'll have the $1 million bonus. He's going to pass me out, which is great. I'm excited. I'd rather be #2. Sounds good to me. When you have #1 on your team, you want to be #2, by the way. So just in case you were wondering. Save someone's life. It's happened. So Tesla bought it, BMW bought it, right? Home theater, got it. Okay. So multi-million-dollar home, check. All right. This is all stuff in the last couple of years. 2 great dogs, check. I got this dog last year. So I got 1 kid on the way, which is awesome. I've got personal accountant, personal trainer, housekeeper, assistant, all of that stuff. I've had a full-time assistant for 8 years. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Travel first class everywhere. I'm not doing that everywhere, but I've been able to do it quite a bit recently. So, and if I go through this list, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Now, what I want you to do is build this list, but from that, what do we do from there? So that's step 1, is creating your master dream list. I want you to send it to me, #1. The second thing, which is step 2, is to create your vision statement or your mission statement for your life. Companies have mission statements. Secret has a mission statement. We're building a wealthy global community, all right, that's centered around serving the world, right? That is who we are. That is who we are. We are serving the world. We're building a wealthy global community that serves the world. That's who Secret is. But what is your mission statement, or better yet, your vision statement? Okay. Now, I'm not going to read mine, but I have mine printed out. It's on my bookshelf right here. I have it. I wrote it. And when you write your vision statement, you want to write it 10 years in the future. 10 years in the future is where you want to write it, and write it in the present tense, as if you're journaling a day in your life. Okay. So journaling a day in your life and what it looks like. So it's like, it is, December 22nd, 2032. Oh my God. That sounds like a fake year, doesn't it? It sounds like you're watching a sci-fi movie. They're like in the year 2032. All right. So 2032. Okay. Now, if you don't want to do 10 years, do 5 years minimum, 5 years in the future. Okay. So I recommend doing 10 though. And then the next part, of the last part of this. So step 1, master dream list. Step 2 is your vision statement, right? So, and then step 3, which is I really want to dive in today, which is goal planning. Now, goal planning, I learned from a guy named Paul J. Meyer. Paul J. Meyer was the first billionaire that I got a chance to spend time with. And Paul Meyer was an incredible guy. He gave away over $400 million while he was alive. His foundations today continue to give away millions and millions of dollars. And he passed away, gosh, I don't remember exactly what year, 2000, a decade ago, if not more. And if I remember correctly, and I gotta get this exact quote. So, the correct facts on this, because I don't want to over exaggerate it. But from what I remember, and I know it's something close to this, if you graduate from the high school that he graduated from in Texas, it was a small high school, and you graduate without having a child and without getting arrested, your college is paid for by him, every student. So is a scholarship program for every kid who graduates from that high school, which is insane. So, because you guys know how expensive college is in these states, right? So, but I remember he had a leadership retreat that you had to qualify to attend. Okay. So, and to qualify to attend that retreat, you had to do a certain amount of sales or hit a rank in my first company to have qualified to attend. And that rank was what they called Gold Executive Director. Now, here's how you became an executive director in my first company. You had to have 75 signups in a month minimum. And you had to have a minimum of 25 signups from each team. So it'd be 25, 25, 25. So if you did 100 from one team, you didn't qualify. If you did, you had to do a minimum of 25 from each team. So 75 was the minimum, but you had to have 3 separate teams that did a minimum of 25 sales to be an executive director for the month. To be a gold executive director, you had to have 3 teams hit executive director in the same month. So we're talking on an average of 400 new signups in a month. And it had to be specific. It had to be somebody who had 3 separate teams that did 25 minimum, another team that had 3 teams with 25, 25, 25, another team that did 25, 25, 25 to do this, to qualify to go to this retreat. Anyway, I did it in 2005 to do this. And so I go to this retreat and I get a chance to meet Paul Meyer. I am 23. I think I'm 23 years old. So I'm 23 years old. Obviously, the majority of people in that room were much more successful than I was. They were much higher businesses. They built huge businesses. And I was kind of the new kid on the block, but I was hungry. And I remember Paul Meyer went through his strategy for goal setting, and he talked about, goal setting, goal achieving. And he was like, I always achieve my goals. I never miss my goal. And I remember when he said that, I was like, that can't be true. Because I don't hit any of my goals. In fact, I don't even come really close. I mean, I'm further than I was if I didn't set the goal, which then that's what I thought goal setting was. You hit this goal and it's like, you shoot for the stars. And if you miss, you still land on the moon, or, those quotes, right, that you hear. And it's like, but he said, no. And he differentiated the difference between dreams and goals. He said, if you keep setting goals and miss them every time, eventually you're teaching yourself that you can't do it. And so he reprogrammed himself to only set goals if he did this process, which is why he said for decades he never missed his goal, which in the beginning I thought that was just a bunch of baloney, right? And so what he did was he followed through of using this goal planning worksheet. Now we sent this to you guys, but I'm going to go through it with you guys. Can you give me a screen share here? Oh yeah, I got it. Okay, so let me pull this up. I restarted my computer, so hold on a sec. Is this it? Ta-da-ta-da. Nope. Oh, that isn't. Oh, yeah. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No, that's not it. Hold on. Oh, don't tell me I didn't save it. Are you kidding me? Hold on one second. So, come on. Tell me I saved it. Didn't I not save my PowerPoint the right way? Nope, I did save it. Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay. So this is the goal planning worksheet that he gave us. Okay. So, and it's a 2-page sheet. So you can print it out and use them as many as you want, print out as many as you can. So in this, it has a couple of things in here that I think are pretty important. Okay. So, and I'm going to go through them individually so you can kind of walk you through this process, this goal setting planning sheet. Okay. And so the first thing here is on the op is the area. So this is the area of your life. So don't do this just for your business, do this for your life. Could be for your health, could be for your relationship, could be for a goal with your kids. It could be something with your finances. And I know our business and finances are kind of tied together, but it might not be, so in this. Now, for the sake of this training here today, I'm going to be specific about secret. Okay. So, but you're going to have today's date, the day you're planning the goal. What is your final target date? And then the date achieved, which you'll fill out when it happens. Now, underneath that, you're going to have an area where it says your goal. Now, one of the things you want to do is learn how to set what we call a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and a time element. SMART, SMART acronym. So a SMART goal. So here's an example of a not smart goal is, I want to lose weight. It's just not specific, right? Here's the thing. If you don't eat for 2 days, how many guys have figured out you lose weight? I don't know if you guys know that. So don't drink water for a couple of days. You've lost weight. Ta-da, you win. Well, that's not what I meant. You weren't specific. Someone says, well, I want to make more money. Well, here's $1, go away. Well, that's not what I meant. Well, what did you mean? Right? So I want to be more spiritual. That's not a goal. Now, that's a way of being, which is great. So that's a way of acting. Okay. That's a way of feeling, but it's not a goal, something different. If we're writing down something that's a goal, it's something that's specific. That is something you could say, check, I did it. Okay. It happened. Right. So when it comes to making more money, is like, here's something specific. I have $10,000 in my bank account, September 1st, 2023. Is that specific? Is it measurable? Is it obtainable? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on what you believe, right? So is it realistic? Maybe, maybe not, but depends on what you believe. Is there a time element? Absolutely. Right. I weigh X number of kilos on this particular day, specific, measurable, has a day, right? So, okay, something in that nature. So in Secret, it's easy. One of the things that we have that are very specific are ranks. So let's talk about rank. And one of the ranks that is going to become wildly more important in Secret is platinum. Hint, hint, wink, wink. All right. So platinum. All right. So it's getting to platinum and staying platinum. So now in this is, let's take this as a rank or as a goal. It's a great, but it could be anything. It could be bronze, silver, gold. It doesn't matter what rank you're running towards or running for. You can apply all of these same methods towards that goal. I'm going to pick platinum because it's a great one in terms of something to strive to achieve for towards your full-time income and big success, especially for Africa. Okay. So underneath that is, I recommend you always write your goal in the present tense. So I am, not I'm going to be. So please write this in your notes. I am. So if you printed off this worksheet, okay, here's what I want you to do. You can print off another one. Write my notes in these sections as I'm telling you, right? So you have the goal planning worksheet with these notes that I'm giving you. So, and then just print another one when you actually do the goal, okay? Or you can just take notes and write it in. So I am, present tense. And if you want to add some more juice to it, add some emotion, like I am so grateful, or I am so happy. I am ecstatic to be a platinum agent, okay? So, but it has to have a date to it. So whatever it is, I'm going to choose September 1st because that's my birthday, right? So, so I am so happy and grateful to be a platinum agent September 1st, 2023. Now, I'm not telling you when your goal needs to be, but you need to know how to set it. So that's first. Pretty simple stuff so far. A lot of people have started this process, but that's usually as far as it goes. You know, first people do is they think about it. I want to lose weight. And then they've forgotten about it. It's out of their mind, right? If somebody has written it down, it becomes real, but most people don't achieve it. They've said it. If you've written it, you've said it, but to achieve it, you need a what? A plan. So what is the plan? Right down here on the bottom is the next two sections, which are first benefits from achieving this goal. So what are the benefits from achieving this goal? Okay. So I want you to guys kind of think about this. So let's take a look at platinum. Now I want you to write down here in the chat box. Okay. So if you can do me a favor, anybody write down here in the chat box, what would be a benefit from achieving platinum inside of your business? And I'm going to open this up. I'm going to open up the chat box so I can see it. So it could be a small one, could be a big one. I don't care what it is, right? So give me a benefit towards achieving platinum that you think would be, hey, when I hit platinum, this is going to be great. Yes, absolutely. Extra income, right? So what else? Okay. What else would you get from achieving platinum? Okay. Don't leave me hanging here, guys. I need your help. So yeah, so pay off debt. Okay. Could be small. It could be the smallest thing ever, right? So you get bonus, right? So what else you get? So financial freedom. Well, I don't know. You might not have financial freedom at platinum, Sandy. It could be close though. So more, but you could definitely have more freedom for sure. Residuals, right? So residual income. You'd have a bigger team, right? Yeah. How many of you guys realize you'd have a bigger team than you have right now, right? So I could renovate my house, right? So you would have a stronger team, right? A stronger team, right? So pay off some debt. What else would be a benefit from hitting platinum? Okay, talk to me. Okay, we need more. Yeah, be able to travel more, right? So be able to travel more. What else do you get when you hit platinum, right? So when you hit platinum, you get, well, recognition, right? Recognition, right? You can attend Trainers Academy, right? So we're going to be having our very first Trainers Academy. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So you're going to be doing more training. So training, right? So you're going to be impacting more lives, impact more lives. Okay. How about be an example? Be an example. You're going to be able to cross the stage. Okay. You'll be able to cross the stage, right? So be a better leader. You unlock your third generation of check match. Okay. So, right. So how about you prove someone wrong, right? How many guys have somebody you need to prove wrong, right? Or how about this? Prove yourself right. Okay. Maybe it's proving yourself right. I don't know what it is, but how many of you guys, like right now, when I said the goal of platinum, confidence, yes. What else? Right. So Helping other people. Yeah, you've obviously created at least 2 bronzes, right? So, you know, if you've never helped somebody go bronze, you are creating leaders, right? So, right, you're helping others earn an income, right? So here's the juice. Here's the thing I need you to do. You need to write down every juicy benefit you can possibly think of towards achieving your goal, because this is the fuel. When somebody says, I'm not that motivated, well, you didn't actually fill your car up with any gas. This is it. And you got to put it in front of yourself, and you got to think about yourself. Yeah, respect. That's right. Right. So get some respect on it, right? Credibility. When someone says, how's that going? It's like, it is going ridiculously well. Right? So some posture, I like it. Okay. So inside of this, these things are important, right? So now, when we first started this, I want you guys to take a look here real quick. This is important. What do you think about this? When I asked you guys, what was the goal of platinum? How many of you guys agree if somebody says, well, my goal is platinum? That's different than my goal is platinum because I'm going to get extra income, pay off my debt, get a bonus, have more freedom, more residual income. I'll have a bigger team. I'll be able to renovate my house. I'm going to be able to create a better story. I'm going to be able to travel more, create more leaders, have more respect, more credibility. I get recognition. I get to be a trainer. I get to impact more lives. I get to cross the stage. I get to unlock 3rd generation of check match. I get to prove some people wrong. I get to prove myself right. How many of you guys agree already platinum sounds more appealing, doesn't it? Yes. So every single one of you guys, somebody's unmuted. I'm going to mute you. Okay. So this is, you got to write this down in the juice. You know who does this? Nobody does this stuff. This is one of the reasons why, if you practice this, you will become a goal achiever, not just a goal setter. This is, guys, I'm telling you, this is important stuff. Okay. Now, underneath that is the next section where it talks about possible obstacles and possible solutions. This is another thing nobody does. Okay, but not you. That's why you're going to be an achiever. So underneath your obstacles, anytime you're going to set a goal, it's because it's going to stretch you, it's going to grow you, you need to do more. So what it is you're going to want you to think about is, what are all the possible obstacles that I have towards achieving this goal? And what are some potential possible solutions that I can think of? Because most people go, well, I want to do this. Well, what are the things that are going to hold you back from doing that? Right? They're taken out before they even start their goal. So what are some of the obstacles? Paul Meyer told me the first 2 obstacles in every goal are the same. And he said, the first 2 obstacles, write this down, in every goal are the same. First one is time. The second one is me, or you, right? So is yourself. And he's like, time is the number 1. And so what he was very adamant about is this. He's like, I don't believe in time management. I think time management is a bunch of baloney. And I was like, weird. It was like, because I was like, but don't you sell time management books? He sells like, you know, and he was like, no, I sell personal management systems. And he differentiated the difference. He said, let me ask you a question. If you do a lot of work today, how many hours pass? 24. What if you do nothing today? How many hours pass? 24. What if you're really sad? What if you're really depressed? What if you're really happy? What if you're really excited? How many hours? Now, let me ask you a question. How many hours from today do you get to keep for tomorrow? None. He said, so you don't get to manage time. That is not of your making. The only thing you can do is manage yourself personally with the time that is always consistent. You have no control over. So we don't control time. So, because we always are in this conversation where he's like, we're looking up and like, I need more time. I need more time. I wish I had more time. Oh, God, give me more time. And God is looking down like, there is no more time. Give me more you. Right. So, because you don't get more. That's not a choice you get. So you need to learn how to personal management. So he said, if you don't have a planner of how you're planning your day and planning your week. So he was adamant about this, like fanatical. He was like, I never go to sleep before I plan my day before I start my day. Plan your day before you start your day. It's probably one of the biggest gifts. If you got nothing from today, my dream building, workshop, goal planning, setting goals, SMART goals. You got nothing out of this, but you did this one action. Plan your day before you start your day. Watch your life change. And that's going to change overnight. It might not change in a month. It might not even change dramatically in a year. But over the course of 4 to 5 years, your whole world's different. I promise you. Plan your day before you start your day. Most people wake up and life determines what they have to do instead of them telling where their life is going. So plan your day before you start your day. The second thing he said was me, which means that I can be my own worst enemy towards my goals. How many of you guys have been self-sabotaging yourself on things all the time, right? So it's really important on this, guys. So I can tell you there's no doubt that you are going to be one of your biggest obstacles in achieving any of your goals. So he said, what are my possible solutions? Well, I need accountability. I need a workout partner. I need somebody that's going to be that knows me, that knows this, that I'm holding myself accountable to. So here's a good example. Okay. If I know that, let's say, like, here's an easy one. Let's forget platinum for a second. I want to lose weight. And part of losing weight is I know that I need to get my body moving. Right. So like, I know I get, and the best time to do it is the first thing in the morning, right? Not waiting till the last minute of the day to do it, is to do it early, which means I got to wake up 30 minutes earlier. And you know, one of your obstacles is the snooze button, right? So you know that, you know yourself, my obstacle is snooze. So what is my possible solution? Right? So what is my possible solution? Here's a possible solution. Is that I put my alarm in the shower. So when the alarm goes off, I can't hit snooze and be in bed. I have to get my ass out of bed. I got to get to the shower to turn it off. And since I'm already there, put some cold water on, you wake your butt up, right? So, okay. Now I'm giving you an example, but here's the thing is you're going to have obstacles. To not think so is delusional. In fact, the reason to set a goal is because it's forcing you to grow beyond where you are today, which is why you're grateful for the reward, right? To have a testimonial, you have to pass a test. Otherwise, you're not worthy of the testimonial. There was nothing there. You didn't accomplish anything. What did you do today? Nothing. There's nothing to, why are we talking, right? So the obstacle needs to be something that you write down in solutions. Now, this is what Paul Meyer told me. He said, if there's a possible obstacle that I do not have a possible solution for, I do not set the goal. Now, once he started sharing with me all of his processes, I was like, now it makes sense why he says he always achieved his goals. Because he never set himself up for failure. He would always set himself up for a goal that he knew what he could achieve because he did this process. Now, he said, if you have a possible obstacle you have no solution for, then what happens is the possible obstacle becomes the new goal and I do the reworking it again. Ooh, I don't know if you got that. If you have an obstacle you have no solution for, that obstacle becomes the new goal that you redo the list on. You'd redo the whole program. An example, right? My goal is to go platinum. Possible obstacle is I need to recruit, probably 20 people to do that. And I'm like, I don't have a solution for recruiting 20 people. Okay. So what does the new goal become? The new goal becomes not platinum. The new goal becomes recruit 20 people. And then you go through it and possible obstacles. Well, I don't know enough people. That's a possible obstacle and I don't have a solution for it. Okay. So the new goal becomes meet more people. Are you guys getting this? So he works down his goals all the way to the point where he can't miss it because he's not setting something that he haven't thought through the plan for. Okay. Now, the next thing is on the backside. On the backside of it, you have your action steps for achieving this goal. Now, some of these action steps are not going to have a target date because they're going to be daily activities, or they're going to be weekly. So underneath there, you would just put daily or weekly because it's not like a completed, right? So let's say going platinum. Okay. I need to do 1 presentation a day or 2 presentations a day. That is my action steps. Now, this is where I realized how almost nobody, well, I shouldn't say that. This is why I realized very few people achieve their goals, is because when you ask them for their goal and you have them try to write down an action plan of what is required to achieve it, they go blank. And I remember doing this. They were like, what's your goal? I want to do this. And they're like, well, what's it going to take? And I remember getting to this part of it going, shoot, I don't know. I don't know how many presentations would I have to do? I don't know how many follow-ups, how many contacts, how many exposures, and I remember going like, I don't know the answers to these questions. I know I need to do presentations, but I don't know how many people do I need to recruit? I don't really know. And that what's made me realize is why so many people don't achieve their goals is because they have no concept of what it is to achieve it. Right? So in this action setting those actions, setting that is really important. But then I realized is again, this was just like me grabbing a golf club for the first time and being terrible at swinging it. This is not something that you're good at in the beginning. It's a skill you need to get good at. But what it did is it led me down the path to asking the right questions. Because then all of a sudden I was like, dude, I don't know how many. And then I started learning, well, how many would it take to actually go do this? Okay. So then I started asking people. So you know what I started doing? I wanted to be a 6-figure income earner. That was one of my biggest goals inside of network marketing for my first 4 years. I wanted to get it done. So I didn't know what it took. So you know what I started doing? I started taking 6-figure earners to lunch. And I said, hey, can I buy you lunch? And I had a laundry list of questions I would ask them. And I would ask them, okay, when did you start? How many people did you recruit? Okay, how many, what's your volume in each of your legs? How much worth here? And I literally interviewed 40 people, if not more, that earned 6 figures or above in my company and asked them a laundry list of questions to find out all the similarities because I didn't know what action steps were required, but I went to find out by asking them, can I buy you lunch? Can I buy you dinner? Can I just pick your brain for a little bit, right? So now here's what some people think. Some people think other people are supposed to help them. No one's coming to save you. It's up to you. It's up to you, darling. It's up to you, girl. So it's up to you, dude. So now your job is to go get the information and don't expect anybody to give it to you. You go seek it out, right? So now I started putting in plans. I started writing this out and I was bad in the beginning. I didn't have a good plan, but I started somewhere. Again, don't expect to be good at this process. It's a skill, just like starting to learn a language, okay? Now, I started learning, okay, what are these action steps that I need to get to my next level? Okay, well, it needs to be activity related or income producing related, meaning presentations, how many exposures, how many follow-ups. And then I started tracking these things, right? Which then goes to the last portion of this is who needs to know about this goal? So as a question, who needs to know about this goal, right? So and you can type in the chat box, who do you think needs to know about your goal? Okay, so who needs to know? So obviously I would say your upline, right? So your upline Royale, silver, gold, platinum, your sponsor, if they're still doing the business, right? So need to know about your goal. Now, generally speaking, 9 times out of 10, if not more, your sponsor isn't doing the business. So, which is fine. My sponsor quit. In fact, every sponsor I've ever had in network marketing's quit. In fact, and all the people above them quit. So, all right, that's normal. Your accountability partner, your workout partner, your team, I think is good. So I had somebody said, who needs to know about this goal? And they said, everybody. And I disagree. I don't think everybody needs to know about your goal. Here's the people I think need to know about your goal. The people that will support you in your goal. Okay. That's who I believe. I don't think everybody needs to know about your goals. Now, your spouse, your significant other, anybody that's going to be impacted by your time, right? So I think that's important. Your kids, I think it's really important that they know about what you're doing, your plan, all right? So, and the people around you that, really love you, that are going to support you, your team group, your team Facebook pages, right? Team synergy, post your goal in there. Be like, hey guys, this is my goal. This is my goal planning worksheet. I want you guys to hold me accountable. Like, get out, put yourself out there. It's one of those things that when you put yourself out there, it's something you got to get done. Now, there may be other people, like I had a few haters. How many of you guys have some haters? Anyone? So, right. So, or some friends that are haters, friends that are enemies. We call them frenemies. I don't know if you have any of these, right? So I had one of my biggest haters was my aunt. And my aunt, like, I wanted to tell her my goal specifically because I knew she didn't believe in it, right? So I was like, hey, aunt, here's what I'm doing. This is my goal. And she's like, right? So, and that motivated the heck out of me because I knew she didn't believe in me. So, all right, you might have a couple of those on your list. But what is your method for tracking the progress, right? So planning your day. Now, we have a rank meter that tracks your progress. So that one's pretty simple. Underneath that, does this support my values? I hope it's a yes. Is it worth my time, effort, and money required to achieve it? Is it worth my time, money, and effort required to achieve it? Yes, no, or yes, but later. Now that's okay. You might do this whole thing and go, you know what? Looking at all this, looking at what's required to go do this, yes, it's worth it, but not yet. And that's okay. Again, I don't want you to set a goal you're not going to go after. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Again, this is not a dream list. This is a goal planning, achieving program system. All right. So underneath that, you're going to write down affirmations. So what is your goal to support your goal? Raise your confidence, boost your confidence. So if you just type in affirmations, you can find a bunch of them. I really kind of took on from Tony Robbins. He talks about incantations, which is his version of affirmations, because he was like, the challenge with affirmations is if you only say it with your voice, but you don't say it with your body, your physiology, you don't get the same impact, right? Because if you just say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, right? So it doesn't work. But if you're jumping up and down and vibrating, you get your chest up, you get your chest out, and you be like, so I'm a winner, I can do it, I am statements. So I stole one of Tony Robbins. I just kind of manipulated it to something that fit me because I was like, work for him, let me try it on. So I used to say this incantation like every day, like I'm in the shower, I would just say it over and over and over and over. When it was late at night and I was driving back from a meeting, 10 p.m., I couldn't make any phone calls, I would just say it over and over and over. And this was it. It's like, it's seared into my brain, right? Which is, I now command my subconscious mind to use the immense powers of the universe to easily and effortlessly catapult me to platinum right now. Now I used executive director, 6 figures, right? So I now command my subconscious mind to use the immense powers of the universe to easily and effortlessly catapult me to executive director right now. Executive director was the one I used the most, right? So I now, and then I would whisper, I now command my subconscious mind to use the immense powers. And then I would highlight different words. I now command my subconscious mind. I now command my subconscious mind. And I would just do it again and again and again and again. And if you were driving next to me on the freeway in Los Angeles, you were like, this guy's a wacko, right? So true. That's crazy, but I'm telling you, stuff works because I just got it in my brain, I now, I am. So affirmations. And then the last thing, visualizations. Visualizations. So where do you have it? Okay. The lock screen on my phone, all right. The lock screen on my phone was a picture of the Crown Royale pin the day I started Secret. October 2011, I joined Secret. I put a picture of Crown Royale on my phone and I didn't change it until I hit Crown Royale. Took me 10 years. Okay. So, but it was on there. Never changed it. So, because in my first company, I put the rank I wanted, not the top rank. And I was like, well, if you're going to get somewhere, you might as well just go hard, you know? So I put the top rank, not even knowing that. I was like, my brain couldn't even comprehend 2 million in sales on my left team and my right team. What? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. All right. So, but I put it on there, visualization. So it was on my computer screen. I put a picture of it on in my first company. I wanted to be a 6-figure income earner. So I wanted one of these rings, right? So this is the 7-figure ring, right? Very pretty. They made this one. Okay. And I put it everywhere. And so what ended up happening was I cut out pictures of this ring and I put it on my refrigerator. In my wallet, you guys know how you have that little area where you have your license where it covers. And I put a picture of the ring over in front of my license. In my car, I put it in my speedometer. When I put down my visor, I had a picture there. When I was sleeping, I had it on my roof, but I sleep on my side, so I had it on the wall. In the bathroom, when I went to go take a bathroom, I'd see it on the wall, right? When I lifted up the toilet seat, I had a picture of it. Like, I was crazy weird. I put it everywhere. So, but people knew where I was going. This is important. If people don't know you're going somewhere, it's very unlikely you're going to get there. Like, it was very obvious that I was going to whatever it is that I was headed towards because people knew about it and I was very blatant about it, right? So, okay, there you go. I love it, Nisa. Okay, that's really cool. So now, in terms of this, what I want every single person here to do, okay, is I want you to put this in your visualizations and put it everywhere. So this is your last little bit here on this. So going back to the very beginning of this, I want you to think about this is How many of you, if you really did this process, like you really did it, yeah, right? So you printed this out and you took an hour, took 2 hours, right, over the course of your holiday, and you wrote down a specific goal. I am so happy and grateful that I am this. I wrote down all the benefits, all the juice to achieving that goal. I wrote down possible obstacles. I've got possible solutions for it. I have an action plan towards achieving that goal. And if I write that action plan and I don't believe it's possible, I might have to adjust the time frame. I go, yeah, you know what? I need more time to do this based on this action. It's going to take me longer. Okay. I set the goal for a little bit longer. I write down who needs to know about it. I let them know about it. I have a method for tracking the progress, right? I have affirmations to support me in it. I have visualizations everywhere with it. And you go through this plan and you follow the steps on this plan. How many guys believe that this is going to be more effective than anything you've done previously when it comes to achieving your goals? Okay. If you believe so, say aye. All right. So, all right. Okay. And drop it in the comments here. Let me know. So this process is not something that is simple and easy for most people. It is a new skill that you're going to learn. Okay. So do not, like I said, do not allow your, I don't get it. I'm new at this. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm terrible at it. Make you believe, well, I'm just not a goal setter. That's like somebody taking a golf club that has never played golf and hitting a golf ball very badly and going, I'm not a golfer, right? Of course you're not. You just picked up the club, right? So, but you got to start with this process. Okay. Now, I've noticed that it's usually for most people, when it's frustrating, that means it should be fueling, right? Because success is buried right underneath frustration as long as you don't quit. So do not quit on yourself on this process. Do not give up on this, okay? So now, what I want to do here in this, we've been here for an hour. I've gone through most of the stuff that I want to go through. Okay, so how often should we review? Great. So if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box, or we'll actually do a quick Q&A here. How often should we review the sheets in the year? Literally almost every day. Your goal planning is like you're in it every day, because remember, you plan your day before you start your day. So you should be in that every day. Your dream list is something that you maybe once a year. You know, your master dream list, like a once a year thing, and you put it on, okay? Your vision statement, you should be updating every year, right? But your goals, you should be in that daily. Like there should be no question as to what you're doing when you're doing it. If I said, good example is this, I said, great. If I should be able to go to any one of you, okay, and go, Elena, what's your goal? And you're like, my goal is platinum. Great. Show me your plan. And you go, boom. Here's what I'm doing. Here's why I'm doing it. Here's my obstacles that I've got. Here's my solutions for it. Here's my action plan. Here's what I'm doing every day. Here's what I'm doing every week. Here's what I'm doing every month. Here's my goal is to get this many people started by this period of time. I'm going to be doing this many parties, this many demonstrations. Here's how I'm tracking it. Here's my affirmations, and I got it everywhere. Boom. And how many of you guys agree? If you said that, it wouldn't be like, what's your goal? Oh, platinum. Right? Okay. So you should have this. And what this can do is give you an insane amount of confidence and posture. Here's what's super cool about this. Once you get good at this skill, the world is yours. I want you guys to get this. This is super important. Once you get good at this, you can do it with anything. Anything. Like anything. So today in my life, I'm at a point in my life, because now for 17 years since I learned this, 17 years, 2005. So 17 years since I've learned this, terrible at it for a couple of years. And then I started getting okay at it. And now I've gotten pretty good at it, to the point where it's like, I have the confidence that anytime I want to set a goal, I know I'm going to get it. I know it. Now, it might take me a little bit longer. It might be more frustrating than I want it to be, but there's never it's not possible for me. Anytime I want to go after something, I know, okay, pull out my goal planning sheet. I write it down. I use all the strategies that I've used, all the stuff that I've taught for people, because for me, when you do something, you set a goal and you achieve it, set a goal and you achieve it, set a goal and you achieve it, set a goal and you achieve it. Now you're like, anytime now when I tell my brain something, okay, and I say, hey, Jess, we're going to do this. Guess what my brain does? Yep. as opposed to what it used to do is when I was like, hey, I'm going platinum. And my brain was like, nope. So how you build that internal confidence is through successful attempts. So give yourself some grace this season. Give yourself some patience in this process. Okay. All right. I want you to take this on as if you're teaching 8-year-old little you. Right. So that's how I think about this a lot of the times. So there's 8-year-old little Jesse. All right. So, and he's in the corner and he's by himself. He's trying to figure this thing out. He's worried if he does it wrong. He's been embarrassed if he messes it up, tries to hide when he screws up, or he's angry or mad or whatever it is, or frustrated. He doesn't want to do anything wrong. And I got 8-year-old little Jesse over there who's trying to learn a new skill. And I need to teach little Jesse how to do this. It's like, hey, Jess, come on, buddy. It's all right. I got you. You're doing a great job. You're doing this. Let's do this together. So listen, I'm proud of you. Proud of you for doing this. I'm proud of you for, because most people aren't time. It's like, look, we all did this first time. We all did this. We got this. Let's do this. What can you do now? Great. What else could you do? What else could you do? What else could you do? Well, I could do this. Okay, great. Let's start there. It's okay. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. Here's what it's not okay. It's not okay to give up. That's what it's not okay to do. Everything else is fine as long as we keep moving forward. So thank you guys for being a part of this training. Does anybody have any last questions for me before we go into the holidays? Because if you have any questions about goal setting, or if you want and we're a small enough group here where I think we can have people unmute if you have something a question you want to ask or something that you want to share. So because we're heading into the holiday season, I just want to wish you and your family the best holiday season ever. But more importantly, that you set yourself up for the best year of your life. And you can do that, but you're not going to do it just having a thought and a resolution, or even just putting it down. Give yourself the plan that is going to help you get there. So does anybody have any questions, feedback before we wrap up here today? Yes, Lisa.
Jesse, what would you say to somebody who is not a rank at all, and they'd like to hit platinum, say by playbook? Would you say it's realistic? And
yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. It depends on them. Like, again, if somebody says, well, I want to become a platinum by playbook. Like, a good example is, like, I just got off a Zoom right before this one with a woman in Dallas who has never been in network marketing. She's in real estate, and she hit platinum in her first 7 days. Wow. Right. So, there was actually a team in Dallas that broke a blue diamond, a diamond, 3 rubies, and 4 platinums in their first month in the business. So, and what they were doing though, is that they got in this habit of everybody joined was buying the $2,000 package. Like, that was it. It was just it. So, okay. So now for her, that made sense because she's in real estate. She's in a market that a lot of people, most of her clients have money, right? So for her, that made sense to her. So it was believable for her. So it's not whether or not it's realistic to me, it's whether or not it's realistic to you, right? So now in that, I want them to stretch a little bit on that and saying, okay, well, what's required? Okay, so what do you need for platinum? 20,000 in QV left, 20,000 in QV right in a month, which means if you want to do it by playbook, that means that from January, whatever that is, the 4 weeks back from the playbook, if I was looking at it, right? So let's say Venice, Italy, which is the 4th. Oh my God, I'm coming to Venice in like 6 weeks. That's cool. Wow. I've never. So that would mean if you want to be platinum by the time the event is there, you would need to finish platinum by January 30th, or you could do it a little bit after, which means week 1, 2, 3, 4, which means you need to do 20,000 volume starting from January 3rd to January 30th. It's 28 days. That's 4 weeks to hit platinum before the event. So January 3rd, you need to be doing an average of roughly 5,000 for that week, left and right, to hit platinum. So I'm just going to walk them through this. I would say this. So do you believe, based on what between now and then? So right now, in order to do that, you're going to have to recruit at least a few people on your left, a few people on your right, and helping them go bronze would help them do that, right? So is going to be doing that is, have you recruited 5 people before? Have you recruited 10 people before? And if they say, well, no, I've never done that, it's like, well, do you believe that you can do that? No, well, then that becomes the no goal, right?
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking something that, if again, here's the goal, here's what I want, that's the dream. So right now is we're deciding whether or not it's a goal or a dream, right? So my dream list has every rank on it, right? So, okay, my dream list is platinum, gold. Like, you know, that's for many of you guys out of the 100, that's like 9 of them, you know, right? So it's 9 goals, right? They're all different goals. I'm sure you want to hit them all. So, but then it all of a sudden is like, this is what I'm thinking through. This is the difference between a lot of people misconstrued. And this is what I got from Paul Meyer is Paul was like, most people collapse the two and they think dreams and goals are the same. And they wonder why they never hit them, because they are not. Dreams are dreams. Goals are goals. And you have to learn how to goal set and be realistic, because if you don't believe it's possible when you write it down, we're not getting nowhere. So so that's what I would start. Is it realistic? We don't know. You need to find a way for it to be realistic to you. Okay. That's where I would start. So I would take them. Do you believe you can sign up 10 people in the next couple of weeks? Because you're going to need at least that probably to go get the 5,000 left, 5,000 right. Well, I don't know. Okay, well then the goal is not platinum. The dream is platinum. The goal is 10 signups.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, now, and we're working it to, oh, okay, well, I got to get somebody to go, got it. That's a goal I can hit. That's what I'm running for. Let's go get it done. So, and because people get goal fatigue, I call it, you know, where they set this goal, they don't hit it. They set the goal, they don't hit it. And then they're just like, I'm setting goals. I don't want to be disappointed in myself anymore. So great question. Great question. All right. Last question, guys. I got a 1 o'clock that I'm late for. So, okay. I'll take one more question here before we wrap up. Was that Efrosini? Did I see her earlier? What's up, girl?
Hello. Hi, it's both of us. I just wanted to say it's so great to hear somebody like you, Jesse, talk about the goal fatigue, because we both remember, you know, especially me when I first joined network marketing, that first goal, at some point I was like, you know what, I don't set goals anymore. You know, that was, you know, way back then. I was like, you know, you keep striving to hit that one goal, and if you keep repeatedly not hitting it, you're like, you know what, goals are not for me. And this has just been such an incredible workshop for us and for the team, and we're so grateful for you. So thank you.
You're very welcome. So, and that's a big thing is like people go, and then they start saying things, well, you know, I mean, if it happens, it happens. And I'm like, oh, like, that's just like, that's like the death of mediocrity, you know, where it's like, you know, but I understand why people do it, because I was there for a while too, until I really learned from people that were like, no, silly, let me show you actually how to set goals, not just have dreams. All right, guys, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Take care of each other. Do me a favor, reach out to the people around you, check in on them. It's really important, you know, especially during this time, during this season. I don't think any of us have really understand the impact of what the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, has done to the world and to people. I have lost just in the last week 2 very, very good friends of mine that if you would have guessed, you would have no idea that they were really going through it. And I think we we just need to be not only cognizant of ourselves, but cognizant of the people around us. You know, everyone's fighting a hard battle right now. And everyone's fighting their own battle. And I know each and every one of you are fighting through all kinds of things, whether it be frustrations in your business, frustrations in life. But the thing that I'm so grateful for is that we get to be a part of a community of people that is dedicated to being a light in the world, that is dedicated to being a positive place, a safe place. And it's why I've always said that secret for me is being a safe haven for people to be able to be not only themselves, but grow into themselves, and to make sure that we take care of each other, because that for me is Secret is not a compensation plan. Secret is not a product. Secret is people. And I am grateful to go through everything that every season we go through in life, good times, bad times, challenging times. I'm so grateful to be going through it with each and every one of you, because I know that when you have the right people that are together for the right reasons, that not only miracles can happen, but it allows us to weather the storm together. Whereas when we're individually by ourselves, it can be too dark on the outside. So I'm sending you and your family some extra love here this season. And I look forward to seeing you guys on our next Zoom. And more importantly, the new announcements that are going to be taking place over the course of the next few weeks. There's some big ones coming here for you guys that you'll all be able to participate in. So big love.
Thank you, Jesse.
Bye, guys.
Okay, thank you so much. Jesse, this has been an amazing session. And I think each one of you has got some amazing takeaways that you really got out of this session. If you don't mind, just put it out on the chat there and say your takeaway, what you did get out of it as well. There's one thing that you said that really hit me hard when you said, your possible, obstacles now where you have no solution becomes your new goal. I've attended a lot of goal setting workshops, but this was something completely different for me. And it has made me now start setting my goals in a completely different way. And I'm just realizing some of my possible obstacles that I was not dealing with properly. So now I have a solution. I've got a way to now deal with all those possible. And guys, so it's up to you. You now have the skills, you now have the knowledge. It's for you to go out there and make things happen. I just want to take this opportunity to wish you all a wonderful Christmas and enjoy the festive period. Enjoy this, have a wonderful, happy holiday. And we might have another session sometime before, maybe sometime next week, we might have another call as well. So we'll let you know. And thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening and a prosperous 2023.
Happy holidays, everybody.